All right. Yordenis Ugas is the perfect competitor for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford needs to fight Ugas, or since he doesn't want to fight Porter, fight Ugas. Ugas beats Mike Dallas. Let me talk about that and talk about the card in this. All right, welcome back to the channel. Yordenis Ugas is just a straight up steak and potatoes type of fighter. I love watching Yordenis Ugas fight. He's putting pressure on guys. He's moving forward. He's looking to beat them up. He's technically sound. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. It's not flashy, but you can tell that it's effective. Like watching Yordenis Ugas. He just got done beating up on Mike Dallas. Mike Dallas couldn't come out of the corner. I can't remember what round it was, one of the later rounds. He didn't come out of the corner. Yordenis Ugas gets, only thing he really happened to Yordenis Ugas is he got cut on his forehead. I think that came from a punch. The ref said it came from a headbutt, but I couldn't see it. But it is what it is when the ref calls it. So Yordenis Ugas once again proves that he is one of the best guys at 147 pounds. And that's why I really do believe, man, Terence Crawford, the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. I hope that I can keep saying that, okay? But I hope that I can continue to call him the #1 pound for pound fighter in my book, because if he fights one more tomato can, I'm gonna have to be like, nah, this guy's career is looking mighty handpicked, right? Mighty handpicked, right? At welterweight, very lackluster, man. Very lackluster for the last year and a half. Terence Crawford's resume has just been his stint at welterweight has been very lackluster. Okay, as far as the opponent selection, the outcome of it, he's getting knockouts. But dang, man, fighting Jeff Horn, you're fighting Jose Benavidez, you're fighting Amir Khan and Ugas Klimas. You should be getting knockouts against those guys, and that's why I'm saying, and as a result of fighting that level of guy, he's not generating a lot of interest for him amongst boxing fans. In fact, the interest in Terence Crawford has waned since he came to the 147 pound division. And since he was fighting, I do believe that was for unification against Julius Ndungo, where he did like 2 million views on ESPN. You know, a year and a half later, after moving up, he's almost down 1 million views for his fight on the same network. That shouldn't be the case. Should not be the case. And but I think that Yordenis Ugas could fix that, because Yordenis Ugas can actually give us, with Terence Crawford, what I believe will be a war. I really believe that is going to be a war. That fight right there, if Terence Crawford can knock out Yordenis Ugas, I will say, okay, yeah, this dude has proved something to me. Now, I believe that he can beat Yordenis Ugas, and the reason that I think he could beat Yordenis Ugas, excuse me, sometimes I twist up Yordenis Ugas and Yordenis Gamboa. Just two odd names, two names I've never heard anybody else have in my life, but both Cuban fighters, both excellent fighters. Yordenis Gamboa is a little bit over the top, but you know, a former, but they both have that in common. They're both Terence Crawford. They're both guys that I would, and hopefully they'll have something in common, in that they both would have fought Terence Crawford. But the way that Yordenis Ugas, he's a come forward fighter and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Terence Crawford tries to set up people to make mistakes. He loves to feint. He loves to feint. He loves to feint people out of position and take advantage of setting them up and making them do this or making them do that. That is going to be a much harder task to do with a fighter like Yordenis Ugas, because Yordenis Ugas is, like I said before, he is just meat and potatoes. He is coming forward at you. He's going to try to land body shots. He's going to try to break your body. He's going to try to break you down to the body, and he's going to come with heavy shots up top. And he's not like the other Cubans, a southpaw. He's orthodox. But another problem, because he's Cuban and because he came up in the Cuban school where they have a predominance of southpaws, if you've not noticed, they have a lot of southpaw Cubans. And it is not because they are born more southpaw in Cuba. They train fighters to become southpaws. Of the major southpaw fighters that you have, Cubans that you have in boxing right now, Guillermo Rigondeaux is a southpaw, Erislandy Lara is a southpaw, and Luis Ortiz is a southpaw. I'm sure if I look more, I could find more of them. Also, you've got guys like Bartholomew who switches a lot. Ramses Bartholomew is a very good Cuban fighter as well, but he switches a lot. Having come up in that school of fighting, Yordenis Ugas is going to know how to fight people that fight in the southpaw stance. He's going to know how to fight people that switch. And that is going to be just his knowledge of how to go about doing that is going to create problems for Terence Crawford. Enough problems where we're going to see Terence Crawford have to adapt and have to figure. It's going to be a lot tougher problem to solve Yordenis Ugas than it is to solve Ugás Kalvanakis. And if you look at the Ugás Kalvanakis fight, though, Ugás Kalvanakis caused Terence Crawford problems with basic fundamentals, basic jab, straight hand, left hook stuff. That really did cause Terence Crawford problems. And he got caught on the inside. I think that was the left hook that caught him. A lot of people believe that he got dropped. I believe that, hey man, that very well could have been him getting dropped. And let me tell you, Ugás Kalvanakis is nobody's Yordenis Ugas, okay? If Terence Crawford gets into that type of problem with Yordenis Ugas, he is not going to be able to just step up the pressure on Yordenis Ugas, get Yordenis Ugas up against the ropes, and then just knock out Yordenis Ugas. That's not going to happen with Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas is going the distance with Terence Crawford. And it'll be a question about whether or not Terence Crawford can avoid the biggest weakness that Terence Crawford has. And the biggest weakness that I see of Terence Crawford is his true desire to give one. If you give him one good one, he wants to get it right back. And even though he can box very well, he really, in his heart of hearts, is a brawler, somebody that wants to get in there and wants to try to stop somebody. I think he's, and with this amount of knockouts that he's had in a row, I think he's very used to knocking people out and really wanting to go for that. If he overcommits and get into a bad situation where Yordenis Ugas, man, Terence Crawford can go to sleep. That is a dangerous fighter, or he can get beat up and lose. That is a dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. Yordenis Ugas is significantly bigger. I think Yordenis Ugas might be one of the biggest welterweights that there are. I think Yordenis Ugas is a little bit bigger than Errol Spence from what I can see. And he's also been in there with top level competition. A lot of people believe that Yordenis Ugas beat Sean Porter. And when I went back and I looked at the fight, similar to when somebody asked me to go back and look at the fight between Sean Porter and Kell Brook, the fight was a lot closer than I thought at the time. Yordenis Ugas was pressuring Sean Porter. He was landing big body shots on Sean Porter, taking the fight to Sean Porter. He had Sean Porter on the back foot, jabbing from the outside. Sean Porter did some nice work. Yordenis Ugas did some nice work. I could see how somebody on their individual scorecard, could score the card for the fight for Sean Porter. I could see that. But, I tend to just go with whatever it is that the judges say, unless it's just something that's egregious, then I'll say, no, I think that they got that wrong. But at the end of the day, you have to respect it. But Yordenis Ugas for Terence Crawford, if Terence Crawford will not fight Sean Porter. And as we see, he's not fighting Sean Porter. But do you think, now that I've said what I want to have happen, let me tell you what will happen. Terence Crawford will have no interest whatsoever in fighting Yordenis Ugas, because Yordenis Ugas has less name relevance than Sean Porter does, and he doesn't want to fight Sean Porter. Terence Crawford is going to go out there and Terence Crawford is going to fight somebody else that has no name, right? Terence Crawford, you know, the people for Terence Crawford's camp will say, what do Yordenis Ugas? Why Yordenis Ugas? Nobody, what has he done? He doesn't have a belt. What does he have to offer? And then they'll go fight somebody else that has nothing to offer, like Amir Khan, or somebody else that doesn't have anything to offer, like Alexander Boost Putin or Amir Imam or somebody like that. Somebody that has a proven flaw. You know what I mean? Somebody has a proven flaw. They'll go fight somebody that, what is that guy proved? Oh, he's proved that he's an easy fight. That's what he's done, right? So you either gotta have a championship belt, or you've gotta you either gotta be a pay-per-view draw, you have to be a established champ, or you gotta be easy to beat. That's what it seems like what's requisite over there in Top Rank for Terence Crawford. But hopefully we'll be able to get one of these fights. And then if Ugas can't fight him, hey man, I look forward to an Ugas Errol Spence Jr. fight too. That would be a good fight, man, because both those guys are right there fighting. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.